on today. 3000 GT build, video part 2. We got most of the parts in, so right now we're gonna change out like the radiator hose. When I was doing some tuning on it the other day, we've been having a radiator leak or coolant leak for a while, and we found that it was actually just the radiator hose that took a crap. So we're gonna replace that real quick. I don't see any issue with replacing it. Just a little bit of coolant. The system was already low though. Just an old hose. Couldn't help but leak after 20 plus years. See there's the hole right there. Radiator hose. Glad we found it for our customer though. So with these aftermarket hoses, they're fucking tight fit. We could have not waited and put one of those universal hoses on it, but I just wanted nothing to do with it. I wanted the factory fit original hose. Even though it's tight. We will end up like heat cycling this hose once or twice and retightening the clamps, just because they're prone to leaking. These worm style clamps, what happens is the hose heats up, and when the hose heats up it kind of molds a little bit to the clamp, which makes it have less clamping pressure, and then you gotta snug it up some more, you know. After that second tightening though, it's usually on the money, good to go. Okay, for this 95 Stealth, we do have the Jester ECU installed. I've already put a base tune in it to make it run with the 680 PTE injectors. I'll show you more about that later. Things you want to keep in mind before these computers are even flashable, you have to tap into the pins, okay? Like you have this OBD1 adapter, they'll come in your Jester kit, okay? And then this plugs straight into the Tantric 2.0 port right here with the 1/4-inch headphone jack. Now this pin gets tapped into this pigtail right here. Let me show you all 4 pigtails. So you got, first off, you got your main pigtail here, which is the largest pigtail, and the one that sits next to it in ECM, and then this third pigtail, which is next to the other large pigtail on the opposite end, okay? It'll be this bottom pin right down here. I don't remember the pin number off the top of my head. I want to say it's pin 55, I do believe. And all you gotta do is, this kit comes pre-terminated with this pin already installed on this harness, and all you do is you push the pin in there to the spot directly right here. So if you're looking at the front side of the pigtail, it'd be this bottom left pin right there. Bam. You insert that in, and then that's pretty much it for that. And then your computer is now flashable. And what I also recommend doing, we have an LC2 installed in this vehicle. This right here is the input for the wideband for the LC2, okay, which is pin 77 on this pigtail right here, the end pigtail. So pin 77 is going to be the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, the fourth pin over from the right. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4 pins over. That's pin 77. That's where you tap in to your wideband, which is a 0 to 5 volt reference. And I'll show you how to set that up later in the Evo scan. So right now I'm going to fix some of these wires here that people have already messed with. We got these two wires here that have been tapped into, and we're basically going to eliminate all these little junctions and then solder them. That one done. Let it cool off a little bit. Okay. Sit that right on there. You always want to make sure you use the heat shrink with glue in it too. We got this stuff offline. It's pretty high end. As you can see, it's got glue built into it, so it's a nice, good seal. Let's see. Here's the company, kateservice@hotmail.com. I really enjoy this heat shrink. I bought it off of Amazon, and I'll tell you what, it's great stuff. Okay, so we got that side done. Now we need to take our other piece of heat shrink tubing, so this is cooled off a little bit more. And just throw this over the side. Kind of get this back up there where the wire is a little bit cooler. And we'll do the same thing. Take our little wire holders. Hold that side right there. And soldering gun. It was just hot, so it won't take that long to heat back up. It's already hot. Soldering gun pull back off again. Okay. Do. If you do decide to use a torch, like what I'm doing, you just gotta be fast. You know, just hit it with some heat, pull away. Hit it with some heat, pull away. Because if not, you'll burn stuff. You just gotta be fast and careful. Just like that. So we got that wire down. Okay. And then we can do the same thing to this wire right here. This one seems to be a little bit shorter. We might have a harder time with this one. But it's gonna be okay. So we got that wire free now. Boom. Boom. We'll cut about the same length we did last time. We will. Okay. Plugged in. The harness over there looks way better for the computer. The last piece of this puzzle was this Mitsubishi OBD1 connector. Seeing as we're never gonna have to unplug this thing, we're always just gonna leave it hooked up. We're going to be mounting this permanently right here. So we're gonna permanently mount this connector right here. That way it doesn't go anywhere. No chances of, customer messing it up or anyone messing it up, really. We'll reroute the cable that plugs into the unit up to the top, just like so. And the adhesive strip I'm using is for like sound deadening and stuff like that. It's super tacky, and once it finally sets, I mean, that thing's gonna be on there for good. But it's the easiest way to mount this without doing any damage, to the pigtail, like no screwing it, no using straps or anything like that. This will be a nice, good, permanent solution, and it's still removable later on in the future in the event that the customer wants to get a different cable or do something.